Says low battery off top. Well, we gonna see what we could do about this here. We gonna try us on the charger. Let me see if a few people gonna come in the chat before I start talking. It's very early today, so I don't know how many people are gonna come in here. I'm gonna give it a second. Good morning, Ivan. Give it a second to see how many of y'all get in here before we start talking about this discussion. Exactly. Alright, shout out to Butch on the AM check-in. Hardhead, what's good? Marcus, what's good, family? Alright, so we gonna start the stream off. Alright. Am I defending him? Yo, shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. That's my man right there, though, dog. You see. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm playing. But nah, Hip Hop Gamer is cool people. But nah, that's not what I'm even about to say. This is about me, man. I ain't gonna make no video about no other man. This is about me. Y'all know I've been under attack. I've been called a bum. I've been called a liar. I've been ridiculed. This is about me. Who else would it be about? Nah, I'm just playing. But nah, before I begin the stream and start laughing and joking, I do want to take a second to say my condolences to the families in Las Vegas who were either shot and killed, you know, a few hours ago by a 64-year-old man who apparently walked into a mob of people and started letting that thing go. Now, you know, I do want to take a second to say I grew up rough in the streets and saw a lot of gun violence, a lot of gang violence, you know what I mean? And that's why I appreciate gaming. One of the main reasons I appreciate gaming. Because it kept me out of a lot of fuckery and bullshit that my friends was getting into. There was times when I would say, I refuse to go. I'm going to stay home and play my game, and my friends got killed. And I don't mean to start this off on such a serious note, but I need y'all to understand why, like, I take offense to people kind of like slandering me as a gamer versus it just being a hobby. Yeah, it's just a hobby, but y'all don't understand, man. Like, I'm convinced that gaming saved my life on numerous occasions growing up in a rough hood. You know, like I said, friends was going out, they was going to rob people and all kinds of dumb shit, ended up getting smoked. And I was home playing my fucking Nintendo, and if I was there, I probably would be dead too. So there's so many occasions I could recall that happened. So before we begin the stream, I just want to say, you know, my condolences to any families affected by the shooting in Las Vegas. All right, so let's get that out of the way. And now let's get into the discussion. All right, man, look, let's talk about the two topics at hand. On one hand, you got the people calling people a bum who can't play as well as other people at games. And then on the other hand, you got people cheating. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Mr. Black Brad Pitt, what's good, my brother? Yo, where you been at, Brad, man? You ain't hit me up in a minute, bro. We gotta do a stream together or something, man. Y'all been forgetting about me. I gotta hit up Bo. You know, I gotta hit the rest of y'all up. But anyway, but let's get into it. Okay, look. The way I feel about the whole hip-hop gaming situation is this, man. I actually got a lot of friends that when they play games, they be cheating, man. They do that. Like, my best friend, he plays GTA 5. That's all he plays. He plays that. He plays weird games. He's like a Black Bond type of dude. He plays GTA 5 with mods. He doesn't go online. He doesn't interact. He doesn't socialize. But he likes to cheat. Now, every now and again, Rockstar did this thing where, you know, the mod community and Rockstar were battling. Now, this is something you console dudes might not know about. But if you're on PC, there was a war with the mod community versus Rockstar. Rockstar kept updating the game and putting what you call script hooks in the game that would disable mods. Okay, so I'm giving y'all technical terms, because, you know, I don't know shit about nothing, so. But anyway, they would disable the script hooks that would allow the mods to work. They would pretty much change the code. So whatever code you was using before to do the mod, it would break the link. It would break the code so that would no longer work. So that's pretty much what they would do. They would update the files, change a couple of things around, and the mods would stop working. So what had happened was, the community was going back and forth with Rockstar saying that's the reason we brought your game on PC. We didn't buy it for this, we bought it for that. It breathes life into the game. A lot of you guys end up using our hacks and mods in other games, yada, yada, yada. We contribute to the community. This is how we want to be able to play our games. You should stop stopping us. So it was a back and forth, and eventually, just recently, maybe like 2 weeks ago, the mod community won, and Rockstar said, okay, we're going to let you tinker with our game. We're not going to stop fight. We're going to stop fighting y'all. All right. So a lot of people like to play GTA and cheat. Now, some of these cheats do manage to make their way online. You will get caught, of course. But every now and again, you see people doing that. Fortnite. Battle Royale has people cheating online with that game right now, currently, right? So, the question is it okay to cheat if you play solo? Is it okay to cheat online? Why is it not okay to cheat versus is it okay to cheat? Like, Cuphead. A lot of people were going back and forth about Hip-Hop-Gamer about Cuphead. He played a single-player game and he cheated. Does that make him not a gamer? Does that make him untrustworthy? What's the problem? Like, I want to hear you guys' side of that. Like, I want to discuss this. I really want to know what was the issue. Because me personally, I wouldn't do it, but I kind of don't care about if somebody's cheating or not. Like, so I just want to know what was the real issue there for you guys. Like, what was the real problem with him cheating in the game? Because if he didn't live stream and he did it, y'all would probably never know. And he was openly admitting he cheated. Now, if he was playing the game and he was cheating and he wouldn't admit it, then I would be like, okay, I understand. And I'll give you a prime example. I was playing Resident Evil 7. I was live streaming Resident Evil 7. And I noticed that there was a part of the game where when you go into the boiler room, there was a way to glitch the wall. Now, for some reason, if you could get this glitch to work, you could grab the item through the wall. And for some reason, when you pick it up, it doesn't register that the item is removed off the map. So every time you pick it up, it keeps reappearing, so you could just keep picking it up. So I was doing that to get bullets. So somebody saw me in the live stream and they were like, oh, well, how'd you get all those bullets? Did you cheat? So I told them about what had happened earlier in that stream. So they were like, oh, okay. And I said, well, what was I supposed to do? Not do it? Like, I noticed I could keep picking up the bullets. It was some kind of glitch that they must have updated. So I kept picking up the bullets. It was some kind of exploit. Now, game developers actually do intend for you to not play their game with exploits. They put those exploits in the games. Well, they put certain things in the game to test the game out. So technically what Hip-Hop-Gamer was doing was what game developers actually do behind the scenes, believe it or not. When people want to try out a game and they want to make sure it works and everything, they actually enable cheat modes like God mode, infinite bullets, all that shit is enabled so they can test the game out. So technically he was testing the game out on a live stream. And I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, oh, well, what the fuck are you talking about, yada, yada, yada. But was it really wrong for him to do that? All right, so let's get into the comments. I see I got comments. He said his review is based on him hacking a game. He is literally a problem with the game, with game journalism. Oh, he's a problem with game journalism because he cheated. All right, so here's the thing. Are you saying that means this credibility is tainted as a journalist? Is that what you mean by that? Because, like I said, believe it or not, a lot of people actually do this. They actually use cheats to review games, to try out games, to test games, to do all kinds of shit. There's a lot of people that actually do that, like, professionally behind the scenes, believe it or not. I want y'all to know that now. So that's actually the reason cheats are in games. So he just did it on a live stream. He was using infinite health and a live stream. Apparently, he was playing Cuphead. All right, for those of y'all that don't know that's watching this on playback, apparently Hip-Hop-Gamer was playing Cuphead, and he was using the infinite health cheat so that he would not die and he would not take damage. And a lot of people were like kind of getting heated over it. I could get into a whole long story about what had happened, but I don't want to get into all the bottom line. People were getting a little bit irritated with him over it. And I actually wanted to bring to the table the understanding that you guys know a lot of actual journalists and people who who play these games. That's actually what they do. They either play them fair and don't beat them, or they cheat and beat them. Just to let you guys know, that's like nothing new. That's actually what cheats are intended for. But to my understanding, I didn't see no way to cheat in that game, so I really don't even know what he did, to be honest with you, because there's like a debug mode and then there's a button code mode. None of that's in this game. So apparently he must have used the trainer. And I actually investigated that and I didn't see any trainers. So I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know how he did it. I don't know what's going on. But when I looked to see how he cheated, I didn't see how he did it. He hacked it. Yeah, but I didn't see any trainers that hacked the game with. So I don't know how he did it. I don't know. I didn't see a trainer. I didn't see any option to do it. There was a paid service, and if he paid to hack the game, then that's like, wow, that's like really going in. But I don't know if that's what he did or not. But the bottom line is, I do want y'all to know that a lot of journalists and game developers and beta testers do that. That's so they could like see how the level design works, make sure everything's good. They do use cheats. Gaming journalism is dead, let's be honest here. Actually, I would have to disagree, but I do see why you say gaming journalism is dead. It is on a tilt because of the internet, and anybody could pretty much become one now. So that does make it like less of a thing where, you know, you need to go to school, get a degree, yada, yada, yada. Anybody that, you know, has internet access in a game could be a journalist now. So I do get why you say that. But in my opinion, that's why you should appreciate the people that do it professionally even more. But I do get why you would say journalism is dead. I totally understand why you would say that. You know, based off what's going on out here in these gaming streets, I see why you would say that. You know, I kind of fancy myself to be some kind of journalist, but then I realized, I'm like, nah. You know, once I went to E3 twice, I was like, ah, you know what? Nah. My man. Let me go down there. Y'all gotta give me a second. That was so annoying. I was about to really flip out on that guy, and I remembered I'm on live. I said, I'm not gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. That's why 2K was such, let me see. Let me read that. That's why 2K was such positive reviews. That might be why. That might be why, actually. I'll be honest with you, because, yeah, you know, when people was reviewing that game, let me tell you about some of the nonsense that was going on with these, with whatever one of these games got the virtual currency. Apparently, when people was reviewing that game, whichever one of the two of them got the virtual currency, because I don't keep up with that game enough to know, they were giving out like a whole bunch of money and shit like that. So people were having like things given to them to play the game unnaturally, so that they could probably enjoy the game more when they did the review. So that happens, you know, that happens a lot in this business as far as like behind the scenes. I'm not trying to talk like I'm doing it or like I know, you know. Well, I do know firsthand. I'm not gonna say I don't know firsthand, but you know, I don't participate in shit like that because I'm not in the industry deep like that. I just know that it happens. Like, you know, I've heard situations, or I know people that when they give them stuff, they send it to them and they send them with this and send them with that. Like, take for instance hardware. I've seen people get sent hardware and the hardware was like spiced up, like a phone, a TV. And then when the retail version comes out, it doesn't have all the features that the one that they sent to the reviewer has. So that was like a juiced up version to give a better review. So when the product comes out, you know, your review makes that shit sound like it got God mode when it really don't. So that does happen. You know what I mean? Like, that really, really, really is a thing. So maybe he was in his industry mode and he thought it was okay to cheat. You know, but he gotta, you know, sometimes I be realizing too, people don't be understanding the community. And like when I was talking to Kid Smooth about it, I told him, I said, yo, you know the reason, because Kid Smooth was pretty much saying, yo, if that was me, people would have put me on a cross, yada, yada, yada. And I was explaining to him, I'm like, yo, but you know the circles you be in, it really depends. Like, you're in the circle of dudes that would roast you for that, yeah, but he's probably not. So it's like different situations for different people. You know, because I saw people argue with him saying that his review would be tainted because he cheated. And I'm saying the same to myself. Do y'all really realize how many people actually do that when they do a review? I don't think you guys understand how many people do that. Like, not for nothing, you've seen the Cuphead tutorial video and how outraged that dude was when he got exposed for not being able to play the game. You know, the minute he go behind closed doors, he's going to cheat to play that game. Like, that's exactly how he was going to play that game and review it, because the shit was too hard for him. So please believe me when I tell you, a lot of people do that. A lot of people cheat like that. So now what I'm wondering is, does that really affect your credibility as a journalist if you cheat in a game to review it? Now if you're at home playing a single player game, does that make you a scrub? Now of course if you go online, you're a complete scumbag, which leads me to the next point. Apparently Fortnite Battlegrounds, that's what I'm gonna call it, Fortnite Battlegrounds, apparently there's people cheating online with that game now too. So there's like a lot of reports of people cheating, like literally hacking the game. What is going on today? Why is there so many people backing up these trucks like this? What was free on Origin a couple days ago? And now to my next question, man, to my next topic. Let me move on to the next topic because we can probably go back and forth between the two. I was talking to Smooth about people calling him a bum and saying that he's not a gamer. And my argument to that was, yo, you're a gamer if you pick up the game and you play. Now, are you good at the game? That's a different story. But I do feel like some of y'all missed out. Wait, I'm about to talk about we talking about someone we supposed to be trusting review-wise. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. I want to know what game I was talking about was free on Origin. But anyway, so I was talking to Smooth and I said, yo, man, as long as you play the game, you're a gamer, man. You can't have people telling you you're investing hours into a game, you're not a gamer. Now, are you hardcore? Probably not. Are you good at the game? Probably not. Now, I'm not talking about Smooth. I'm talking about somebody that's being called a non-gamer. You know, but you can't say somebody who picks up a controller and plays the game and he's sitting there pumping hours into a game is not a gamer. You know what I mean? You have people that could play Madden all day long and get blown out in every game and suck, but they're still a gamer because they're playing the game all day. That's their hobby. If you're playing games and it's your hobby, you're a gamer, man. So I see a lot of people out there talking about, yo, you're not no gamer because you lost the match. You're not no gamer because of this. You're not no gamer because it took you an hour to beat that boss. You're not a gamer because I beat that boss in 10 minutes and you took 15. Y'all taking this shit a little too far. Like, I'll be noticing like a lot of dumb shit going on. It's getting to the point where I'm like, yo, y'all niggas can't be real right now. Like, y'all can't even be serious. So I wanted to make a video talking about this because I was thinking about it all weekend. I was like, man, I'm about to do a video about that because everybody keep bringing that shit up like everybody's a god gamer. Like nobody can lose and shit. Well, look, let me tell y'all about trust and reviews, right? This is the good thing about the internet right now, right? If you go back a year ago, a lot of people was not live streaming like they are today. Even up to today, YouTube and Twitch is implementing these new features to get people to go live and play live instead of recording gameplay and uploading it for later, right? It actually makes it easier to create content. Well, I'm not gonna say let me not say makes it easier because you gotta know your shit now if you want to create good content live. But it makes it easier it takes less time, let me put it that way, to create content. I'm not gonna say it makes it easier because you still gotta know shit, you gotta know different shit. But it takes less time to actually set it up and do everything that you need to do. So with that being said, the reason you should be careful about reviews is because with all this new technology, if you notice like a lot of people, like let's use Angry Joe for an example. When he does a review, you know he goes live. Even when I'm doing reviews and I know my review might take a little second, you'll notice I go live and I'll say review in progress. Like I'll post it up like that. I'll say something like that. You know what I'm saying? And that would be the way that I handle that. So if you got guys posting reviews and they're not giving you no kind of gameplay, no footage, yeah, you might not want to trust that. Because nowadays you could just go live and you know, show that you're playing the game, show that you're not cheating and all this other shit that's going on. Because pretty much that's where we getting ready to go with this. This will have to be to the point where people are going to have to start posting gameplay to prove that. Because you got people making like I ain't want to say no names and I'm not going to. But I noticed somebody was tweeting something last night And it was oddly suspicious what he was tweeting because he was making all these claims about these games. And these games are like known for being extremely wicked and difficult. And he was claiming how he perfect the game and everything. And I'm like, nowadays you're going to have to start seeing proof of this shit. Because people be claiming stuff and you can't really trust the claim no more. Like, if you perfect in games that people can't even beat, you're going to have to start questioning all of that. Especially with people not posting no live streams, no footage. And it goes back to the no face, no case joke I used to make. A lot of these dudes, man, you got to be careful because, and I'm not saying that, of course, about nobody I'm playing, but about these claims that people make. When people start making these slanderous claims and these outrageous claims, or they start boasting and all that, you're gonna have to start asking them, yo, where that footage at? Like me, man, people don't got no problem jumping on my shit and calling me out. So I'm gonna start doing the same, just to let y'all know that too. When I start talking to these dickhead niggas, man, I'm gonna start calling all these niggas out. I'm gonna be like, yo, where your footage? Like, somebody said something in the podcast and I wanted to say that shit to him. So I'm gonna let him slide for now. But I noticed he shaded me on Twitter. He shaded me. So the next time he jump in a Weapon Will podcast, I'm gonna pull that nigga card. I'm gonna be like, yo, I need to see your footage or you're a fucking liar. So I don't mean to, you know, get a little aggressive like that, but I'm gonna have to call niggas out, man, because niggas be running around here acting funny and being groupies and shit. So I'm gonna have to call niggas out, man. Cause a lot of people be running around here making accusations, but they don't go live. They don't show you that they playing the game. Then niggas want to jump on my shit about taking an L in the game. At least I went live. Look, now to get on my shit, right? How you gonna try to talk shit about me and I go live? Not only did I not go live against niggas, nobody had to pay me to do it. I didn't need a Patreon pledge. I didn't need no donation. I didn't need nothing. I went live and I fought niggas, man. I even volunteered free matches that we could have got money for on the Patreon. You know what I mean? I gave niggas Don King events. I'm joking right now. But the bottom line is, and then you turn around, when you lose, somebody got to lose the match. Oh, this guy is this guy is that. Man, listen. At least a motherfucker was willing to get on there and play. The motherfucker got on camera and all that. You got dudes not only that, now I'm not taking a shot at no one in particular. You got dudes that not only want to get on camera, but they don't even want to show gameplay, but then they turn around and tell you they perfect in games and shit. I'm like, yo, this community is getting real shady, man. It's a whole lot of bullshit going on, man. Hardy this damn is controlling about injustice to not fight you. Jimmy saying, look, I'll be honest, man, and he apparently, either he gonna watch this or somebody gonna tell him what I'm about to say. I said that, like I said, he said he lost to Jack Move, right? Let's break down the situation. Hardy, because Hardy, either somebody gonna tell him what I'm saying or he gonna listen. Let me break down the situation and then like I'll move on from that. Hard 8 said I'm a bum because he beat me in Tekken, right? I don't play Tekken, I play Injustice. The person who donated for the Tekken said he didn't know, which is Clizzy. Clizzy is the person that donated for that tip, by the way. He said he didn't know I didn't play Tekken. He wanted it to be a game that we both played, so he knows that Hardy had Injustice and I got Injustice. He wanted to switch the tier to Injustice. I ain't gonna lie, that's not funny to me, my man, because that's one of those things. I don't like when y'all niggas come in here and do that and I'm sitting here taking my time out. See, that's why I get a little mad when I see a nigga that's supposed to be a subscriber doing that. So anyway, I'm gonna let it pass for now though, because I like y'all the same old jokes. Like, I'm like BG with them jokes. Like, it's cool to have jokes, but when y'all repeat the same jokes after a while, it get corny. Like, it's like y'all gotta come up with new jokes, man. But anyway, he didn't want to fight me in Injustice because he said it's a Patreon tier. The reason I had a problem with him saying that is because you didn't want to fight me in Injustice because it's a Patreon tier, but you was going to fight Jack Move in The Last of Us. That wasn't a Patreon tier. So why you couldn't just fight me on Injustice on the side? Like, why it had to be a Patreon thing? So that was a little bit of a duck to me, even though he'll say it wasn't. But once again, I'm starting to realize you can't really pay people no mind, including dudes from the podcast. You can't pay attention to everything people say because everybody got a logic. That's their logic. Like Bond with the Nintendo Switch. He was getting on the Nintendo Switch saying that the game shouldn't have to come with part of the game downloadable because of memory capacity issues. And I told him, well, GTA 5 on PS4 and Xbox One comes without the GTA Online. That's a separate thing you got to download, including installing the game. So his argument was, yeah, but you don't have to buy external hardware to increase the hard drive. And I'm like, yes, you do. You do have to upgrade your hard drive on PS4 and Xbox One. Most people have either a second hard drive or they upgraded their hard drive. So how is that not the same thing as buying a bigger card for your Nintendo Switch? See what I'm saying? But he can't take a L. I was right about that. He didn't even want to address the conversation after he saw my side of it, or his people started liking his comment, and I rebutted his comment. Nobody wanted to hear nothing I had to say, because niggas is groupies around here. So that's why I really realized, like, yo, let me just do what I'm doing and stop paying attention to what people be saying, including people from the podcast, because dudes from the podcast got niggas that be sucking them off, groupies. And when they wrong, they won't tell them they wrong. They'll ride and they'll instigate the situation. They'll perpetuate the situation, make the shit a whole lot worse than what it is, and all kinds of dumb shit. So I'm realizing, yo, you know what? From now on, I gotta start ignoring a lot of these niggas, man. And I'm not talking about just the weapon one niggas, but just people that be on that bullshit. Because niggas be saying shit, and I'll say something, and niggas be getting mad. Meanwhile, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to correct you because what you said is wrong. And people be getting mad and going crazy. And I'm sitting here like, yo, this shit don't make no sense to me, man, because GTA 5 on Xbox One and PS4, when you put the disc in, like, look, they try not to make the disc over 50 gigs because they don't want a download to be more than 50 gigs when you download it from the store. That's the limit they put on it. So any extra content, they try to separate and break up and make it into a patch. GTA, once you download everything, is over 100 gigs. And that's why if you buy GTA for PS4 right now, you're going to have to download the GTA Online part separate. That's no different than buying GTA for the Switch if they make it and having to download part of the game separate. It's the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So when he was making that argument, he didn't realize there are games that are built that way. And that's because they put limitations on how much media is on the disc. And it goes back to that. Now, let's go back to the thing about the Patreon tier and over 1v1. If I'm willing to do a 1v1 for free, I feel like that should have been commended. Nobody in the community was like, oh, at least Jimmy is out here doing 1v1s for free. Nigga, like, I was like, wasn't I the first person to do the 1v1 when I did it with him anyway? That's what set off now. Everybody want to do 1v1s. And I'm not saying niggas is dick riding. I'm not saying nothing like that. It's a good thing that everybody's doing 1v1s. I don't want to make it sound like I'm the cause. It's because of me. I was the first one to do it, is what I'm saying. Now you see everybody on their channels doing 1v1s. And I'm sitting there like, yo, nobody was like, oh, it's good to see that Jimmy popped that off. And shout out to Clizzy, because once again, he was the one that donated to the Patreon for that to kickstart the whole shit. So I don't feel like people be paying attention, and I don't be getting my props. I went out there, I took my L, I did it for the culture, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people didn't appreciate that, and I didn't like that either. It's to the point now where I'm actually considering not doing that shit no more. It's not worth it, because if you win, you know what I mean, you pop shit, and I'm not, you know, I like to pop my shit, but I like to move on. Like, I don't hold on to shit as long as niggas do in this community. And then secondly, when you win, or if you lose, it's too much you fucking lose. Like BG said, man. Like BG said, man. If you lose the smooth, imagine, he said BG said I was fearful to lose the smooth, because imagine what it would be like if you lose the smooth coming back to YouTube. See what I'm saying? Look at the L's that you get for losing a game. It's just a fucking game. But you can fuck around and have your career ended on YouTube behind shit like that. I spoke about the Las Vegas shooting in the beginning of the video, so you know, that is an unfortunate situation, but like I said, that's for like a whole nother YouTube channel, a whole nother stream. BG is afraid of internet comments. Nah, why you say that? Why would you say he's afraid of internet comments? BG don't even pay y'all comments no mind, man. Like, BG don't be affected by niggas on the comment section. Like, only time BG like go crazy is when people start pushing it. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie, y'all know y'all be pushing it with BG. I be seeing y'all in the comments like saying shit to him that be crazy, and he'll like ignore it, even though I know he might have seen it But y'all keep going and going and going. Then when he block y'all, y'all be talking about BGB and this and BGB and that. But y'all niggas was wilding. Y'all was being savages in the comments. You know what I mean? My thoughts on the Battlefield 1 Revolution Edition, I have no thoughts on it. I mean, that's pretty much the way that everything is going. EA releases all of their games a year later with all the DLC on it. I mean, look at Star Wars Battlefront. Look at all of the previous Battlefields, 3, 4, this one, Hardline. Look at any shooters that they release. That's pretty much the pattern they're going. So nowadays, if you want to play a game and you got other games and you want to wait, the best thing to do is just wait for the DLC version to come out. And I call it the DLC version, meaning the complete game. Like, you get the complete game for $60 a year later, versus if you want it now, you pay $100. Because every game is pretty much rounding off their DLC initiatives and incentives to make the game $100. Shadow of Mordor, let me look it up right now. I'm going to show y'all right now, right? And this is for PC. I just want y'all to see this, because PC games never come up to $100. Like, I don't care what you're doing. A PC game should never be $100. But with DLC, this is what developers want. They want games to be $100. And then they turn around and they have the nerve to put these transactions in there, these microtransactions, that nickel and dime. Okay, Shadow of War came right up. Shadow of War, I'm looking at it right now, right? Let's see if y'all can see that. Yeah, y'all can see it now when I go like this. The price of this game is, look at the prices. There's 3 versions of Shadow of War, because I got to get this game, and I got to pre-order it for PC just to have a PC copy. Sorry, I got to have this on PC so I can play with all the features on. All right, now look, Shadow of War, the regular edition is $35.99. This is a sale price. The release price is $61.59. That's the retail price of Shadow of War on PC. But on CD Keys, they have it for $35, which I might have to buy it for $35 this week. Then they have the Shadow of War Silver Edition, which is $69, retail $83. Then they have the Shadow of War Gold Edition, which is $110. CD Keys has it on sale for $82. This is the price that they want for all the DLC that will be available in the game. $110. This is how much your games are costing you. See what I'm saying? So nowadays, this is the nature of gaming, and it's becoming a real shady situation. But I guess this is how they get their money. And I'm realizing now too, I'm not even gonna start buying. So I'm gonna stop buying DLC, because after a while, I stopped buying the DLC for the games, and it's not keeping me coming back. If I put your game down before your next DLC, I'm not gonna come back. Mafia 3 was a great game. I beat it. I have not played any of the DLCs, and I got the season pass. Dead Rising 4, enjoyed it, got the season pass. Have not played any of the DLC. Shadow of Mordor, enjoyed the game, have not played any of the DLC on that game. So this is the nature of gaming, man. Like, gaming is becoming a real, I don't know, it's like getting kind of sleazy, man. Between the internet and the way games are being dissected. You got a game like Cuphead that comes out for $20 and everybody's playing it and enjoying it. But then you got a game like Shadow of War that's a single player game, but it needs to be $110 with DLC. What the fuck? Plus loot crates in a single player game. So gaming is getting crazy, man. I see an argument going on about Horizon and Mario Lost Odyssey, and I'll be honest with you guys, like I said, I think Lost Odyssey is going to be a good game. Like, there's no question in my mind that it's going to be a good game. It's coming out in November, so it's definitely going to shake it up for Switch. Switch is definitely going to be flying off the shelf. I'm definitely going to be checking out Mario. I wish I could stream it, you know, and play it, but I'm definitely going to have to check it out. I brought Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year edition for $6 or $4. Yeah, I got it too. I got the Game of the Year edition for that same price, because I had been beat that game way back when the Xbox 360 was out. I had got it when the Xbox One came out. It came out right around the time Xbox One came out. I hope they make Nioh 2 for the Nintendo Switch. I don't know. Now I'm getting the Switch, but I'll get it later on after I get my Pro. I married Galaxy and 3D World work dog shit. I gotta agree. I haven't played a good Mario games. I tried Galaxy, and I'm not saying that it was a bad game, but it just was one of those games that it wasn't like, it was no real reason to run out and go buy it for people that like me. But if you're like a diehard fan, I can see you liking it. But Lost Odyssey, or should I say Mario Odyssey, whatever it's called, but I know it's Odyssey. This new Mario game looks like it's going to be a reason for people to go buy a Switch. It's going to be like the Mario. So anybody sleeping on that game, you're going to feel bad when that game come out and you ain't got you one, man. You're going to be like sitting there trying to hate, trying to call it corny, say whatever you can. And that's another thing too in this community, man. Like, I'm starting to realize too, people calling games trash that they not playing. I'm like, or you got, to me, the right way to address a situation like that, say you're not interested in the game, but why call it trash if you're not gonna play it? Like, if I never play a game and I'll keep calling it trash, that's the definition of ignorance, in my opinion. To me, that's the complete definition of it. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm starting to realize, man, I might be a Martian or alien, because I be looking at shit a different way than people, man. So let's get back to the first topic before I get out of here. So if you cheat in a game, what does that affect? Does it affect you as a journalist? Does it affect you as a gamer? Does it affect both? Is it important? Does it really matter? Is it just a single player? If it's for online, like what's the verdict on that? What is the verdict on that, man? I cop Zelda, Mario. Trust me, if you get Mario, and that's the way that Mario look, if you get Zelda and you got that game, you probably gonna really be fucking with Switch after that. Cheating is wrong in every situation, gaming, real life, football, whatever. I gotta agree, cheating is wrong. Cheating is wrong. But yo, let me ask you a question now. Here's the good part. Cheating is wrong. Period, right? How many of y'all in the chat have cheated in the game though? Let's get to the truth now. How many of y'all in the chat cheated in the game? I'm serious. I really want to know. If you watch this on a playback and you put that, please put that in the comments. How many of y'all admit, have you ever cheated in a game? I want y'all to be honest though, because I know y'all could say it's easy to throw stones, it's easy to say what is and ain't, but how many of y'all have done it? I cheat in most games. That's what he wrote. That's funny. Dark Souls, not me. Star Gaming, you don't cheat in no games? I mean, I know there's people out there that's gonna actually legit say they never cheated. Them GTA cheat codes, yeah. I cheated on, oh, I'm not even gonna repeat what you just said. I almost read that out loud. Yo, that's a crazy comment. Yo, nope. Nah, I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. I say cheating is wrong if it's for specific purposes. Oh, there's a stipulation here. I have back on the PS3, but not on the PS4 game. Yeah, exactly. But that's my point. That's what I'm trying to make. So pretty much, yo, Freezy, what's up? So pretty much everybody is saying at some point in time they did cheat. And that's my whole point and what I'm trying to say here. At some point in time, you will use a cheat code. It's going to happen. It's going to be something you're going to be curious about, something you may want to see. At some point, you have cheated at some point. That's all I'm trying to say. So that was what I was trying to get at. Jimmy, Shadow of War, Evil Within 2 next week. You getting both? Nah, I'm getting both. I have both. I'll probably get them early. I'll probably have those games early. Everybody that played GTA cheated. Exactly. If you play GTA on last gen, you used the cheat code. So you can't say you never cheated on the game. And pretty much using the cheat code on GTA is the same thing as what Hip Hop Gamer did in Cuphead. And that's just the point I was trying to make. At some point, everybody cheats. With those action replays and whatnot. Only use cheats after beating the game properly. Yeah, that's what most people say, and that's true. But Still, you use the cheat though. It's not that big of a deal. Look, I'll be honest with you. This is my take on it, man. Let me just give my final thoughts, my Jerry Springer. I really don't care what people do with their spare time and what they do in the game. All I care about is, like, if you play somebody, just make sure that you play them fair. In today's times, and honestly, just the bottom line truth, you can't really trust anybody anymore. You just have to be, you know, entertained. You have to take everything with a grain of salt and take it as entertainment. You have to take it for what it is, content. And you just got to understand that, yeah, some people are going to do things underhandedly. Some people are going to do things fair. Is it a big deal? No. Is it something you should judge somebody based off? I guess it depends on what they're trying to present to you. But in my opinion, when he was live streaming and he said, yeah, I'm using the cheat code, tell everybody I'm using the cheat code, we lit. And he was sitting there having fun enjoying the game. It kind of makes it hard to bash the brother when you see that he's just sitting there playing the game, enjoying himself on camera. And he's sitting up there admitting it. Now, if he was playing the game and he was sitting up there saying he was a great player and he wasn't dying and taking a bunch of hits and he was sitting up there talking about, yo, I'm not cheating, I'm not cheating, I'm not cheating, I swear on my mom, I'm not cheating, then to me, this would be a big deal. But the fact that he came out with it and admitted it is why I didn't really pay attention to the situation, because this was a person just having fun with a game. Yeah, will you take him serious as a hardcore gamer? Of course not. If you take anybody serious that sits there and plays the game cheating, talking about they don't care and all that, then that's on you. That's your decision. But at the end of the day, at least he wasn't hiding it. Because in this community nowadays, people will ignore a lot of shit and they will hide a lot of shit. Just like what happened to me. When people got confronted with certain things, nobody had answers or questions, but they would choose to believe whatever they think is happening. So at least he was like, oh, I'm cheating, tell everybody I'm cheating. That's the whole point. I haven't played Cuphead since I ended that stream, to be honest. Once I ended that stream, I had to do stuff with my family, because I got family in town. Like I said, my family's going to be in town for a little while. So I won't have a normal schedule for a couple of weeks. Probably for another week or two at least, to my understanding. I think they're leaving the end of next week. So for the rest of this week and next week, I won't have a normal schedule. But, yeah, I know I'm going to try to squeeze in that review for Shadow of War. And I'm trying to try to squeeze in a review for The Evil Within. And I'm going to try to get those games early. So, you know I'm going to be on top of those shits. Kid Smooth isn't capable of being Cuphead. He might surprise you, man. He's motivated. He's determined. He might surprise you. He might beat it. He might surprise you guys. He's going to hate Cuphead just like Crushing. According to my understanding, yeah, when you get to the third world, towards the end of the third world, shit gets nuts. So he might. Theo, what's good, man? Yeah, it's up to you to take the review serious. Like I said, man, in today's times, I'm going to emphasize that one more time. In today's times, if somebody's doing reviews and they're not going live and they're not showing you gameplay of them actually playing the game and all of that, can't really trust it anyway. A lot of people do reviews and they don't even beat the game. I've done reviews and I didn't beat the game, and I actually said that in the beginning of those reviews. I said, look, this is how much I've gotten the game, so this is not a complete review. This is just my thoughts. Like, I let people know that type of shit. So it really all depends, like I said, on you know, how much you trust the person. Because like I said, you got people who can run around and say that they don't like games that they never played and that they're trash. So it really depends on you. Like, a lot of y'all gotta just decide for yourself what's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of shit going on that I'm looking at it, I'm like, at the very least, there's a lot of hypocritical shit going on, or a lot of double standards, I should say. Because some people will say one thing is you need to do this way, but then they could do things that way. So it's really on you to decide on, you know, what you're looking at, what's in front of you. But anyway, it's time for me to get out of here, man. I gotta go do what I gotta do as usual. Grown man shit, you know what I mean? Life. Maybe one day, man, you know, I could sit on camera for hours and shit. But today ain't that day. And I'm out of here, man. Y'all be good. And once again, man, I want to say, you know, shout out to the families that were affected by the shooting in Las Vegas. That was a 64-year-old man who let that thing go in the crowd. And unfortunately, he caught a lot of victims out there. And honestly, I know I'm gonna sound weird when I say this, but this is why I don't be trusting people, man. I don't trust going out into crowds and being around strangers. I always keep my eyes and ears open because people fucking crazy, man. And this is why you gotta be that way. When I was at E3 the last year that I went, there was a guy who they caught outside with a bunch of guns. And they were saying that he was gonna go in there and do that whole mass shooting shit. So apparently that is a problem on the West Coast. Not saying it won't happen in New York, but apparently a lot of niggas be you know, riding around with them things ready to snap. And unfortunately, this man did hurt a lot of people. So once again, on a serious note though, my condolences to the families of anybody that was affected by that shooting. And you know, God bless everybody out there. And yo, once again, I mean it when I say this, man. Y'all be safe out there, for real. Shit be crazy, man. Enjoy your life. Stop worrying about dumb shit and play your games. Because remember, man, some of the people that probably died will never get to go play their games. And I don't mean to say that to be joking, but that's how shit is, just like that in 1 minute, man. Your life, man, because like I said, just like that, you could be walking down the street, get life in jail. You be walking down the street, get hit by a car. You could unfortunately get shot and die. Yo, shit is just crazy. That's why I do not take a lot of shit serious. That's why I'm always laughing and joking and trying to enjoy myself, because time is precious and you only got a little bit of it. You know what I mean? So I'm out of here. Y'all be blessed, man. Y'all be safe out there and keep your, you know, eyes wide open, man. You never know. Shit is crazy. It's a crazy country we living in, man. Who knows? He was 64. His medical, something could have been messed up. His pension could have been messed up. His little check could have been messed up. It's around the first. We don't know what happened. You know what I mean? Who knows what happened in his life? White wife could have cheated, left him. Who knows? Who knows? You know, I was about to say something that was jokey, but I said that's not the kind of thing you joke about. But anyway, I'm out of here. God bless, man. Peace, everybody, and be safe.